All right, everybody, let's jump in. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about design. A few weeks ago, an interesting video popped up. It showed Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, who created ChatGPT, sitting down for coffee with the lovable Sir Johnny Ive, former chief design officer at Apple for about 30 years, designer of the iPod, the iMac, the iPhone, and more. It was the announcement that ChatGPT had acquired Johnny Ive's product startup IO, a company I'd never heard of, but not loved from the design firm. So Johnny Ive, who was already incredibly wealthy, is even wealthier. I think the more interesting part is that he and Sam will be building a product, not just in the next few years, but shipping in late 2026. Before we get to the meat of today's topic, I just want to point out the elephant in the room. Sam Altman is not Steve Jobs, and I certainly hope he doesn't plan to be any version of Steve Jobs. While there are many comparisons between Sam and Steve, Sam is now doing something Steve never, ever did. He's talking a lot about the future. Steve would often talk about technology and the industry, but quickly learned to never talk about future products. Over and over, we hear Altman hyping up OpenAI and talking about how it's going to achieve artificial general intelligence, at which point many classes of jobs should disappear. Sounds kind of spooky, more than inspirational. On that note, what do we think Johnny and Sam are going to deliver? Should it be a smartphone? I highly doubt it, but they're about 20 years late to that game. The smartphone market is incredibly mature, and part of being a designer is that you're trying to solve problems. Those problems have already been solved, so apparently they want this device to not be a smartphone or a laptop. Before you say it, I strongly doubt they're going to make an iPad either. Should it be glasses? In my opinion, yes, it should, as glasses have already been accepted as part of society. No one looks at you sideways because of a new pair of Warby Parkers. Furthermore, it involves technology in the real world, not being glued to a screen, per se. Unfortunately, for geeks like me, according to the Wall Street Journal, it's not actually eyeglasses. That said, Google will be shipping their XR glasses later this year, and Apple's Vision glasses should be out by late 2026. We've heard that it's screenless and could be part of a family of devices, but could also be stuffed in your pocket and doesn't need to be a wearable, so it's not a smartwatch. We've also heard from market analyst Ming-Chi Kuo that it's something around the size of the iPod Shuffle, but could be pinned to your shirt. It sounds like a chatting interface rather than a pair of AirPods. It won't be a phone, but it will likely connect with other phones and work with them in the future. Let's consider what it may be. An AI ambient hub, a sleek desktop puck or orb that sits between your phone and laptop, constantly aware of your surroundings and context, managing your digital life through voice and subtle visual cues. This is an interesting idea, and I wonder how many millions of times people will walk in on their partner or family member who are in the middle of a conversation with AI. My biggest issue with this concept is that we already have much of this with smartphones, unless OpenAI has a much better conversation partner they haven't unveiled yet. It's also important to remember it doesn't sound like this device is killing the screen. It's just living off the Android or iPhone you already own. Another alternative might be a next-gen smart display, an ultra-thin, highly portable screen that serves as your primary AI interface, designed to complement rather than replace your existing devices. This is a portable device you can either wear in your pocket or around your neck. And if you stand in front of a wall, it will project something onto the wall, including tappable buttons. This is a weird one, and I wonder what kind of privacy issues are going to come up when you enter a public washroom for men and the guys are texting their friends or worse. Again, now you have a mobile device with added complications. The device is currently in prototype form, and according to Altman, I've been able to live with it, and I think it is the coolest piece of technology that the world will have ever seen, he said. I stand corrected. Steve Jobs was a good salesman, and apparently, so is Sam.